Ladies and gentlemen, this is Crash. As you can see, we have people stacking watermelons. But for us in the crypto world, we should be stacking Bitcoins and other quality cryptocurrencies.
Welcome back to Crash and Eddie. We got a big show today, as they always are. We got some information about Michael Saylor. Crash is bringing to the table because Crash is back, people. So we missed him a lot, and we got. We're gonna talk about Augustin Carstens a little bit. We all love him. We're not gonna talk about Janet Yellen because we don't want to hack Crash off again, or the owl. Crash, what's going on, man? Welcome back. We missed you.
Yeah, thanks, Eddie. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And just a reminder, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. So do your own research.
DYOR, people. We live by that here. But we will entertain you and we will educate you guys a little bit. So,
right on.
We got Bitcoin just under 40K after that massive pullback, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. Over the last month, the volume per day was averaging between 18 and 28 billion a day. And on Monday, it went over 50 billion. And was in the mid 30s the last 2 days. So I'm curious today how the volume, when the volume picks up, that's a good sign.
Yeah, that's a good point. So volume has been picking up, huh? What did you say those numbers were again? For volume?
Over the last month, the volume has averaged between 18 billion and 28 billion. And on Monday, it went well over 50 billion.
Right.
And maintained in the mid 30s the last 2 days.
Yeah, it's good stuff. You know what I like, Crash, is you look at what's encouraging to me is Tether. Okay, it's gone up to 62, and Tether, we don't know what's going on, but there's major issues. There's issues with it. And it's because of the stable coins, okay? But it's under 62, and it's been doing nothing this whole time that Bitcoin's gone from 30 to 39. So to me, that is a huge tell.
That is very telling in the fact that, as you discussed in other podcasts, that, when they were printing a lot of Tether, that was correlated to Bitcoin in its big spikes. And to see it recovering and moving forward without that support is very interesting.
Yep. And we got USDC's 27.3 now, keeps climbing. So that keeps going. I still maintain that is the US CBDC. We'll see.
Hey, let's just refresh. What was your target for Bitcoin at the end of the year?
What did I say? Wasn't it like 111, I want to say?
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
And I think you were like 130.
Mine was 133.
Yeah, we might have to go back and find that. Yeah, I think it's 111, 133. I heard a guy last night, fairly respected, that Daniela Cambona or whatever had on.
Yeah.
He's 307.
Yeah.
It's
by the end of the year.
It's not. I mean, you see what the governments are doing, though. The G it's not stopping what they're doing. It's getting more and more intense. So they want us switched over to this new financial system. I'm convinced of it.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just that the sheeple are going to use all CBDCs. And everyone else in the know, like you guys here that are watching this show and doing this stuff, I mean, you're going to be boy, man, we are early, and you are going to be one of the rare ones that doesn't use that stuff. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and you got to just keep learning, because the opportunities that are going to be available that you're going to have the eyes to see that others aren't is going to be tremendous.
Yep. And on that note, I want to read one thing to you guys. So here we go. So this is just, there's been some rumblings. This is from a few weeks ago, but this is a post on, I don't know, I think it's David Icke's site or something, but by an article written by, where are we at here? Roger Mallet. So from July 16th. But this is a quote from Augustin Carstens, or some stuff that he said. The general manager of the Bank of International
Who is he?
Huh? What?
Yeah, who is he?
He's the general manager of the Bank
Augustin.
of International Settlements, the BIS. So this is the bank of central banks, is basically what the BIS is.
Okay.
The central bank of central bankers is planning for absolute control of the money that we all spend. Augustin Carstens recently gave a talk entitled Cross-Border Payment, A Vision for the Future, in which he outlined the problem as central planners see it, as well as their solution. And this is the quote. We don't know who's using a $100 bill today, and we don't know who's using a 1,000 peso bill today. The key difference with CBDC is the central bank will have absolute control on the rules and regulations that will determine the use of this expression of central bank liability. And also we will have the technology to enforce that. Carstens views CBDC, central bank digital currency, as a tool for eliminating privacy and for central bankers to force citizens to use currency exactly when, where, and how they are told. Dozens of central bankers around the world are working on CBDCs. Yeah, we know they're all working on them, and there's like 50. And that's the deal. I mean, this is all about stable coins and CBDCs. The regulations you're seeing, they're gonna make it real enticing, i.e., giving you CBDCs to get you to use them. So,
yeah, I'm just shaking my head. I mean, do we want to be free or not?
Well, that's the thing, and we have a chance now.
This is what I consider the dark side right there.
Yep, it's all being put into place, and the system is there's going to be all sorts of cryptos that interact with these, and then the regulations are going to be put around mostly CBDCs and stable coins and securities, quote unquote. So, okay, so next we got this nice little find by Crash from Michael Saylor. What do you got on this, Crash? What is this?
Well, this is him explaining some of the different ways of looking at cryptocurrencies, because many people misunderstand. They think all cryptocurrencies are just like Bitcoin and just tokens for store of value type stuff. And he really breaks it down on the different quadrants that you should make sure you understand when you're talking about cryptocurrencies, and why he's so big on Bitcoin, really.
All right, let's rock and roll.
It's very interesting.
Here we go.
Something everybody should know.
Yeah, so let me give you a model, a 4-quadrant magic quadrant model. I think that I'll start with the observation, cryptocurrencies mostly aren't currencies at all. Cryptocurrency is a misnomer, and it creates massive confusion. And I think people in the space are confused. I think people out of the space are confused. Here's the way I would segment the space. 4 quadrants.
Confused.
You have digital property. Bitcoin is the king of digital property. It's optimized for integrity and durability over long periods of time. The idea is I want to take $1 million, buy Bitcoin, and I want to hold it 100 years, maybe 1,000 years. Imagine owning a city block in London. Your family owns it 300 years ago. When would you ever sell it? Never. Do you want to sell it? No. How are you going to live? You're going to generate yield on it through rent by lending it out to someone else to build a building on, or you're going to finance it and you're going to borrow against it. How long can you do that? You can do that forever if you're actually a smart landlord. That's digital property. Digital currencies are Tether, DAI, Circle. DM will be a digital currency, a CBDC. That's a digital asset that's seeking to be a stable currency, and it's a medium of exchange. I mean, so this is not a subtle thing. I mean, 8 billion people need a currency. The currency is the medium of exchange. The property is the store of value. Now, the third quadrant is a digital platform, Ethereum. It's a platform. They want to create a platform where you can create applications like a decentralized exchange, an insurance company, NFTs. When you buy ETH, you're buying an asset token, a digital asset that gives you a share in that digital platform. And then the fourth quadrant is digital or decentralized applications, Uniswap. Right? They're trying to replace NASDAQ or Coinbase or Binance Smart Chain wants to replace Binance, a centralized exchange. Uniswap. Right?
Okay. Crash, we got to talk for a second here. So
Yes.
you notice on this whole thing, right? They're not going to mention XRP. I've never watched this before. This is my first watch of this. So correct me, because you've watched it. Did they mention XRP anywhere in here?
No, absolutely not.
Of course. And see, my thing is, Bitcoin isn't the king. It's not the king of this. It's the marketing program. I totally agree with the AI. It's the marketing program to get everyone into this. But their technology, it's old. You guys know this. It's old and it's outdated and it doesn't work. So they're going to make it green and they're going to run it on other things, i.e. the XRP ledger. But to have this...
see, that's where... Yeah, I don't 100% agree with you on that. I think Bitcoin is going to have, just like you were alluding to, is the downsides that Bitcoin has are going to be solved by some of the other applications that it's going to be able to operate on.
I agree. I totally agree with that. And it's not going away. I'm not saying that. But to act like it's the king of all this and then not mention the only one that's really doing significant business other than Ethereum, doesn't that strike you as odd? To me, it's
I do. I think it. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's being XRP is and Flare and all these associated tokens on that blockchain are going to be enormous.
They don't
however,
want you to know though about it.
They're being they don't want us to know about it.
No,
and I would be shocked if Michael Saylor didn't own a ton of Ripple.
Exactly. And Musk comes out, oh yeah, I do own some Ethereum too, actually. And he's just not saying all that he owns. He owns a ton of different stuff. They all do. All right, let's finish this off my soapbox. Sorry, guys.
They're trying to replace NASDAQ or Coinbase or Binance Smart Chain wants to replace Binance, a centralized exchange. So here, looking at the picture behind you, I give your family $1 billion and I say, you can either buy $1 billion of land in London, or you can buy $1 billion worth of buildings in London, or you can buy $1 billion worth of the British pound, or you can buy $1 billion worth of companies in those buildings. Okay? The British pound is the digital currency. The land is the digital property. The buildings are the digital platform. The companies are the digital applications. You understand the upside, the downside, and the risk profiles of each of those four? See, the land will probably be here for 500 years, right?
Absolutely.
Right? The buildings probably got a useful life of 50 years to 100 years max. How about the companies? Name a company in London that's been around for 100 years. So that's the best way to understand the crypto economy, right? The digital currencies have to be compliant and compatible. They have regulatory risk. There's not a lot of upside to owning those, by the way. I think you can look at it from first principles. You can say, what's the most popular monetary asset in the world? The dollar. What's the second? The euro. What's the third? The third is Bitcoin. So of the top three, the only one that's going to go up in value as we print more money is Bitcoin. And then if I want to go find another scarce asset, everything else, Apple stock, Google stock, every other crypto is less popular. So I'm looking at Bitcoin as the most distributed, strongest brand of a monetary asset in the world. So if you're going to actually place a bet on a non-sovereign store of value, the dollar's not it, the euro is not it, Bitcoin is the first thing if we just look at distribution.
Good stuff, Crash. I did see a Ripple logo in there.
Yeah, I was just going to point that out. There was,
Right
I just saw a Ripple
he
on there.
slips
So
it
that's,
in, just so he doesn't look. Yeah, no.
uh-huh.
And Bitcoin is the biggest brand. That's the thing. I mean, when you launch this stuff,
And then they have the largest market cap.
yeah, right. Yep. My thing is proof of work. Proof of work doesn't work, and it's going to be moved over to. I mean, once all the Bitcoins are created, I mean, they're only a couple million away. You know, you can move it on anything. It's just you don't need the miners to do that really once it's made. So my thing is proof of work is just outdated. So we'll see. It's and you're gonna get, the land. It's more stable. You're not gonna get the pop, the upside that you get, and the cutting innovation that you get with altcoins. So, anyways, good stuff, Crash.
Thank you. Thank Michael Saylor.
Yeah. And then you have these figureheads too. He is such a figurehead that they rolled out for this. I mean, he just kind of popped up. And actually on the other side, there's been another one that kind of came out that we're going to talk about in a future show. Because they're all, these influencers, that's what it's about in marketing. You get these influencers and they bring products to market. So yeah. What else do we have, Mr. Crash?
We have another video, and he's discussing the Swift Go process for international money transfers, and the marketing and media is saying that this is a competitor to the XRP platform, and this guy is claiming to have spoken to a very, 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 very high up gentleman in banking, and he laughed at that, saying that it's actually a test platform for banks to get prepared for XRP.
So that's a digital asset investor video, right?
Correct.
And let's give credit, and we'll link these videos below too. Bitcoin Stimulus, great video. So we'll link both of them down below. So here we go.
Here is what's happening. You want the truth? You want the truth on what's happening with this story? SwiftGo is a new platform designed to compete with Ripple, okay? That is not what this is in reality. This is a testing system to get banks accustomed to using this kind of platform. Got a source very high in a major bank. Very high in a major bank. Laughed at this story when I told him about it. He laughed. And you know what his first words were? This is the testing ground for Ripple. Ripple blows SwiftGo away. This is an integration. This is slow integration into Ripple adoption from these banks. All these banks are in the financial cartel. Every single one of them. Digital currency group, owned by them. What are they heavily invested in? Ripple. We're talking about XLM people, right? XLM. Okay. You guys want to know what XLM is? It's the same thing. Ripple, before Ripple gets this full integration, XLM we're seeing with Ukraine right now. XLM is going to also be slowly rolled out as a tester to to get all these banks ready and prepared for the full Ripple, the full XRP rollout that will be coming.
BitBoy.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah, thanks to DAI and BitBoy. We will not be linking this down below, people. But I'll try and find the DAI video for this. I might be able to find that. But yeah, this is just off Twitter. So we got to get into our Twitter feed too, Crash. Anyways, so yeah, and the other, what do you think of the Lightning Network now, Crash? What are you thinking of that? For
I
Bitcoin.
don't really have any comment on it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Crypto Eddie did a video a few, it was about a week ago. I actually looked for it, but she was just, it's they're making it look like, and some people think it's going to be the new financial system, but it's really not, because you still have to have Bitcoin on both ends of it,
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of different financial systems. I think Bitcoin and the Lightning is going to have its place. I don't think XRP is going to be the store of value and have the privacy that Bitcoin has. They all have different characteristics, and I think there's going to be a place for all of them, depending on where we are as a society.
Yeah, it's true. And you know what, it dawned on me a few weeks ago. The new reserve currency is, there is no reserve currency. There isn't going to be one reserve currency. I don't believe that. If it is, we won't get into the conspiracy theories, but yeah, I mean, you could make a case. If there's one intermediate currency, that would be called the reserve currency. And you know what that might be? But I think mostly this new financial system is that. I mean, you're going to have your CBDCs. Governments aren't giving up their sovereignty, except for ours, of course, right?
Oh, exactly.
but the other ones are not going to. So El Salvador is going to maintain.
Yeah, I think El Salvador is another testing ground. It's just going to be like I said before. It's going to be a battle between the centralized and the decentralized systems, and one's going to be free, and one is not. Free is in freedom.
Yep. Free is
financial freedom.
Right. Yep. So, anyways, we talked about, I think while you were gone, I mentioned Songbird, but yeah, that's still going to go through. So that's another airdrop from XRP. There's been another one, like a white paper announced, which doesn't.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, that one doesn't actually sound that appealing.
What was it called? I don't know.
Evernode, and it's early. I mean, they just dropped the white paper, so it's not even close to being done. But so yeah, stuff's been delayed. Stuff's it's in process, but with technology, it just takes time, and this stuff it's huge. So it's gonna take time and money to get it in place. So that's why things, I think, are delayed.
Yeah, I got a question for you.
What's that?
Do you think they're going to be raising interest rates anytime soon?
Yeah, right. No, we can't. We hit that debt clock while you were gone, U.S. debt, and we had a couple copyright infringements. So I don't know if you guys will see those, but we're learning with this stuff. But yeah, we hit it's basically by 2025, we're not, instead of 28, trillion in debt, we're going to be at about 50, coming up on 50 trillion. So no, you're not raising interest rates anytime soon. That's why Europe's negative right now. I mean, basically, they're at negative interest rates. So we'll be
Yeah,
there
I
soon.
mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, the I just looking at the big picture here with the stock markets and the bond markets and the debt and all that. You know, we've been in a bull market for what, 12 years or more, and they just keep funding, just keep pumping more and more money into it. There's, you know, there's a saying in investing. It's that bulls walk up the stairs and bears jump out the window. And right now the bull has been walking up the stairs for 12 or 15 years now. And I think we're getting really close for the bear jumping out the window. It just can't continue like this.
Well, I mean, when you're debasing global currency, though, there's a case to be made for how can't it continue. Because keep in mind, it's not just the markets going down or your inflation where you look at, okay, I'm going to buy some milk and it's going up in value, or eggs or whatever. But it's actually your currency going down in value. So money is a funny thing, man.
Yeah, I know. They just keep creating more and more of it, and there's going to be some type of a black swan event, and the house of cards is going to come down. So I'm just saying, people better be prepared.
Yeah.
And
yep.
I think it's critical to have an alternative financial system via cryptocurrency. I think, I mean, just got to protect yourself.
Yep. Take matters into your own hands, people. That's good non-advice. It's good education, Crash.
Yeah, I mean, what better way for the banking system to implement things in a way that's extremely profitable for them? Then what better way than to crash the economies, the world economies, and they're the white horse coming in with their CBDCs, and saving the day.
Right.
Just my gut feeling that something along those lines is coming down the pike. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah. There's some.
Who was it? It was Robert Kiyosaki. He did an interview with what's her name, Danielle.
Right.
And he was saying, okay, when I'm in Scottsdale and in the middle of the week, I'm going to restaurants and they're so full, and all the women are wearing evening dresses. He said it's time to sell.
Right. I don't, as far as those markets go, the general, the Dow, the S&P, I mean, we had a nasty crash when this all came out. Those are rare. You don't get those very often. Very rare that you get those, and rare being every 10, 20 years. So we'll see. We'll see what they do with this stuff. I don't know. They're going to move us to this new financial system. Some people think, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they're going to do it exactly, but I know people aren't in it now. They don't get it at all, So there might maybe it is going to be something drastic that moves everyone over, like quickly, Yeah. So there's liquidity issues going on with China right now, and people are murmuring about it, but they're looking at, are they going to devalue their currency real quick? And we could do that. I mean, we could easily, that's where you'd see gold going up to 10 grand is just boom, we just devalue everything. And, now our debt is really just inflated away. Something's got to give, man. It's just a matter of timing, right?
Yep.
So Let's wrap this, Crash. What do you think?
I think we got a lot of good information out there, and I'm happy to be back on the podcast with you. Appreciate you doing a couple shows without me.
They were brutal, dude. Don't you
Got
know?
a lot of things going on. A lot of good, yeah, a lot of good things going on. So a lot of research.
Yep. So, all right, people, hit the like and subscribe. That's how we're going to grow this channel. Make a comment. Tell us what you want to talk about. We will get back to coin reviews at some point. We've just been really busy. This isn't our full-time job, so we're just we're doing the best we can to kind of get this out there and grow it for you guys. But let us know that you want us to do it if you do.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Thanks, Eddie.
All right. Be good and do the right thing. Come on, Crash. What do you got, man?
Enjoy your day and live in the present.
All right.
What do you mean?
Talk to you later.
Did you cut me off again?
No. I never cut you off, dude. Way to show, though, man. We appreciate it. That thing was a debacle while you were gone. Holy bejeebas.
Yeah.
So, did you...
It's not real easy to... Go ahead.
Did you go to El Salvador? I mean, you were talking about it.
No, I went to Belize.
Oh, you did. Jeez. Good times?
San Pedro. Yeah. Yeah, it was mostly work, you know.
All work, no play. I know how you are, Crash.
Mm-hmm. The lobster was amazing.
When are we having Miss Brown on? Is she coming on?
I don't know. We'll have to get her. She should be back here this week.
Nice. Yeah, we'll have to harass her to come on. Well, I mean, we'll flip her some, you know, we pay well for our guests, so.
Yeah.
You know.
6-packer, so.